So we're back working on the CUDA. It feels like forever since I've done anything with the car or uploaded a video. So back on the induction system and the fuel system. Just got the Aeromotive fuel tank last week that came with a 340 liter per hour pump set up for fuel injection. I did go ahead and get the Prefix fuel rails with the fuel stands. I was worried about any sort of aftermarket fuel stands working with their intake because they obviously designed them to work together. Was able to take advantage of a Wilson Manifolds Black Friday sale. Wasn't sure what I was going to do for throttle body because hood clearance is going to be such an issue, but this one happened to be one of the shorter ones that is available on the market, and it came up for sale. Everything from Wilson is top notch, so I took advantage of it and risked it. So one of the biggest issues I've been having with this design of what I wanted to do is figuring out the air cleaner, just because I can't use a cold air intake. I don't think it would fit with the style of the car I'm going for, so I wanted to use something OEM. I've seen the big chrome dome Hemi air cleaners on other Gen 3 swaps, but that really doesn't fit in with the 71. They didn't offer that air cleaner for a 71. All 71 Hemis were shakers. I don't have a shaker hood, and I am not going to spend the money to put one on. So what I decided to do was go with a cold air 444 barrel setup. They still make these, so I didn't have to pay some crazy swap meet price, because if any of you have ever done a swap meet, these air cleaner setups are going for, you know, $600, $700, $800, and they need totally redone, because they're original, which if someone's willing to pay that, then God bless them, but I wasn't. So I did a test fit, and the intake manifold without the Wilson throttle body plus this setup with a K&N filter, which is a little bit higher than the stock one that I just got, just barely clears the hood. So I know that if I can get this base low enough on the intake manifold, that I should be able to clear it. So my thought, if I can get this off of here, is to cut around this radius here all the way around, to take the air bell out, put a piece of sheet steel or sheet aluminum over top from on this flat face here, so that the throttle body sits up higher in the base, or the base sits down lower onto the throttle body, and then obviously cut the opening in the center, get rid of this, and modify something that'll work. I should be able to get this base low enough so that it can fit with the throttle body underneath the stock non-shaker hood. So that's what we're going to be tackling today, I hope. Bear with me though, I'm not a fabricator, so we'll just take it slow and easy. Alright, so here's the final modification. I got my disc cut out. Fits nice and snug on the throttle body. I put a rubber gasket on there just to make sure I didn't scratch it. I'll probably have a better, more permanent solution at a later date. Here's the modified base plate. Obviously took off the air bell and the lid mounting bracket. The bracket was actually hitting the throttle body, so there was no way for me to use it anyway. I'm gonna have to make something up. Here's the air bell. You can see how much height that we gained by cutting it off. This wouldn't have worked anyway. It was designed to fit with an AVS carb, which would have came with this car. Unusually, this is a 71 440 carburetor if the numbers are reading correctly, which is kind of curious because it was originally a 318 car, maybe 16,000 miles on it, that ended up with a 383 out of a C body, equipped with a 71 440 carburetor off God knows what. So the way this is going to work is this pan is going to sit on here for the test fit. The permanent mounting would put this disc on top of this face. Don't want to do that yet because I have to send it out to get powder coated still, but this is the height that we ended up with, hoping that my measurements worked out from before so that this will fit underneath my stock flat hood. So now's the time for a test fit, so let's see if it clears. All right, I'm over here with the car now. Got the intake manifold sitting on the engine. I have the base plate and then that circular piece of steel that I cut that fits nice and snug up on the throttle body. I got my stock air cleaner. Chose to use the stock one. The K&N one's just a little bit taller, and I wanted to have the best idea if this was actually going to work or not. Here's my scientific method on how to figure out if it's going to clear or not. Right in my kids' Play-Doh cabinet. Got a little F8 dark metallic green and F4 lime green pointy clumps of Play-Doh, and we're going to shut this hood and see what we come up with. All right, had to shut the camera off just to make sure that I got the hood totally closed. This isn't exactly a finished car, as you can tell. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't shortchanging myself. So just taking a look at these front ones, definitely got close enough to knock the stems down off of it, but the back ones are totally fine. The front ones look like I still have an inch of clearance on there, so we should be good. Even whenever I add intake manifold gaskets, we should be totally fine, which is good. It's a big relief. I wasn't sure what I was going to do if this didn't fit. Drop base or maybe something totally different, but there it is. Prefix Gen 3 Hemi intake manifold underneath a stock E-body non-shaker hood. It can be done. Not a lot of space, but it can be done. All right, let's move on to something else.